What's up, folks? You believe that? Hold on. Do you believe that?
And Buff Nation, what is going on? What a great way to start Friday. Before we got our biggest recruiting weekend happening. Well, it's probably already starting. As you can see, Christian Hudson, it's flip season, baby. Not only are we grabbing really nice players coming in from the high school ranks, but we're also grabbing them from other Big 12 opponents, man. That's awesome stuff, man. What is going on at UCF? What is going on at Arizona State? When you're getting beat out by, a program that's just all about clicks, no substance, it's casual, it's a gun show over here. Man, how are these schools losing recruits to us, right? Like, what's going on at these other places? But all jokes aside, man, this is freaking awesome. 9th high school commit. And while we are going to still be there with the rankings, last in the Big 12 with this, man, who cares? Who cares? We're going to be transfer portal heavy. This kid can play, man. This kid can absolutely play. Shades of Warren Sapp. You don't want me handling your brisket. Actually, that sounds really weird now that I'm saying that. You don't want me handling your brisket, man. Like, you don't. But this is going to be awesome, man. We're going to dive into some highlights of Christian Hudson. We're going to take a look at him, what he brings. But, guys, get this. I was looking at his high school stats from his junior season and his sophomore season. Guess how many tackles for loss this guy had from the interior? Just an insane amount. Again, a defensive tackle. 43 tackles for loss in 2 seasons. In Florida, Mainland High School, Daytona Beach, Florida. Guys, 43 tackles for loss. Last year, he had 70 total tackles, 9 sacks, and 3 PBUs. So the guy can also swat it. So, shades of Warren Sapp. This guy's a playmaker. He's incredibly athletic, got great size, moves really well. That's why Damian Lewis, Warren Sapp, when they're like looking at Christian Hudson, I'm sure they see a little bit of themselves, in particular Warren Sapp, man, because this kid can move. But again, 102 tackles coming into his senior season. That's insane. And I was only able to find one game from his senior season so far, like where the stats are in there. 8 tackles casually. 8 tackles. Man, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Yeah, there should be a lot of Texionex. There should be a lot of recruits at this game tomorrow night. Eric Morse. Yeah, we'll go into the highlights here really quickly. Y'all be sure to smash that like. Welcome, Christian, in the comments to the Buffs. A wonderful decision. But what is going on with UCF, man? You see one of their players, red shirt, and then announce that he's going to be jumping in the portal because the GM or whatever, the general manager, the guy heading up the football ops is like, hey, if you red shirt, we're going to cut you. In what world does that make sense? That was weird. What is going on at UCF? Gus Malzahn, get a hold of your program, man. I'm a fan of you. Get ahead of your program. Get a hold of your program. Well, let's go ahead and get into this. No doubt about it. 9 commits. This is looking great. Chauncey Gooden, Quanell Farrakhan Jr., who, pretty much solidified his commitment this week, or might have been yesterday, with a nice little press conference at his high school, rocking the Buffs gear. Congratulations to him. Alex Graham, he's still a commit, taking a few visits, but still feeling good about him. Christian Hudson. So right now, our 4th highest rated commit, number 41 in the entire country with defensive line, high rated 3-star, 89, just like Alex Graham, high rated 3-star. Antonio Branch, high-rated 3-star. Mantrez Walker, high-rated 3-star. That's beautiful stuff. And then we got Zane D'Souza, Corbin Lejour, tight ends that I'm very excited about, and Jay Gardenhire. Jay Gardenhire, I'm very, very interested in. And Cardi Smith is also going to be visiting this weekend alongside, his fellow USC commit right now, Julian Lewis, who I'm still very excited for. So, guys, right now, overall rank 89. I believe we finished with high school. Were we okay? We're 95 in high school. So we're looking good right now. Improvement, that's all you want to see, right? But you guys know we're going to be transfer portal heavy. We'll have another top 5 transfer portal class, and it very well could be number 1, depending on if there's a stud quarterback to go after. And granted, we get that player. But let's go ahead and get back to Christian Hudson. I'll run some of his highlights here. We can get this thing rolling. If you guys didn't see yesterday, I mean, he's just a beast. He is just an absolute beast. Mr. Penetration, learning from or following up Mr. Penetration right now, BJ Green on the Buffs. This guy could definitely take over that title, being, always penetrating. Christian always penetrating Hudson. I mean, that's what he's doing. But yeah, as a defensive tackle, he also plays guard. He can pull, as you can see. Like, get out there. Look how he throws this dude out of the club. Did you see that? Did you see that? Oh my goodness. Let me go back. See, this is the type of dog mentality I like to see. Kind of aggressiveness. That's the kind of nasty we need on these lines, right? Then look at him, pass breakup, almost intercepted it. But 3 pass breakups last year. Again, 102 career tackles coming into his senior season. 43 tackles for loss, 12 sacks. And right now, he's 6'2", I think, 6'1", 6'2", 280, 285 pounds or so. If he's able to get out here in January, that would be super ideal, because then he can be eating, the T-bone steaks, the creatine, the Redcon 1 every single day, working with the strength program, and hopefully put on some really nice weight. But I imagine by the time if he redshirts, his redshirt freshman season rolls around, I mean, he's going to be ready to go. Ideally, when you're bringing in a lot of these guys from high school, you don't expect too much from redshirt or from true freshmen, but that redshirt freshman year, when it rolls around, I mean, just like Tajay McCoy, you want to see them having that kind of jump and impact. And again, credit to Coach Prime, credit to Rick George, Robert Livingston, man, who else we got? Damian Lewis, Warren Sapp, just for getting this commitment locked down. This is great, and we've done a great job at developing our players, I think, and I think other recruits now, or more recruits, are starting to see the vision. Of course, that always helps when you're winning a lot of football games, which is what we're doing this year. But Christian Hudson has an opportunity to play early. He definitely does, with losing Shane Cokes and Chidozie Nwankwo. Oh, man. Did you guys see his jump right there? Number 5. I mean, number 55, man. He got off that ball super quick. He was up before that offensive lineman was even out of his stance, and then just shuffling his feet, and bam. That was real nice. But yeah, he's got an opportunity to play early. Of course, we'll have Amari McNeil, unless any of these guys jump in the transfer portal. I don't see why they would do that, though. But Amari McNeil, who else we got? Tafiq Thomas, Ryan Buell. I feel like I'm missing somebody. But regardless, there's definitely going to be opportunity to play Brandon Davis Swain, I think is going to be playing a nice role for us next year. Let's see, you can even line him outside at like is that like a 3 tech? Getting out there. But yeah, I think he's got a great burst. I think he moves really well. You see him playing offensive line here, just pulling and just destroying that tiny little linebacker. Oh man, it's awesome to see. Man, I mean, dude just gets after it, man. So after these highlights finish out, yeah, we can go through his stats again and check out his scouting report. But this is a huge get, man. Like this really is. It's nice to get somebody from the high school ranks committed on the defensive line. That's a promising prospect. I mean, this guy. I mean, he looks awesome. He looks awesome. So I look forward to seeing what guys like Warren Sapp and Damian Lewis are going to do with him, man. Robert Livingston. Let's pray he sticks around, right? Keep the whole staff together. Let's have some staff continuity. Let's get after it next year. Let's build on this year and see what happens. But yeah, you could be a nose tackle for us. He can play a little bit more outside of those positions. That's what's needed. Heck, maybe he plays on both sides of the line. Wouldn't that be? He can be our Travis Hunter on the offensive and defensive lines. That would be insane. That would be insane. I doubt we'll ever see that ever happen. But nonetheless, man, I could see him making a nice little impact on special teams as well. Sort of like, remember Bishop Thomas, man, was on kickoff return for us last year. Before he said, "Who are you, my fucking daddy?" and got kicked off. One of the greatest moments of last year, by the way, is him mouthing off to the coaches after missing a tutoring session. But anyways, Bishop Thomas, just an athletic freak, man. He never kind of put it together, sadly. Christian Hudson's kind of made in that same mold where I think he moves very, very well for his size. Yeah, and of course he's got a nice bull rush, but he's able to. I think he's got a nice swim move too. You saw him put on a couple spin moves as well. So I can't wait to see him add to his repertoire for sure. I'll get to some of your comments here in just a minute, but want to read some of this stuff that I read yesterday. But in case you hadn't seen it, what is up with this from 24/7? Anyways, a potential spark plug in the middle, two-way lineman for a decorated mainland program that makes things happen on both sides of the ball. Under 6'1", but finds ways to win with leverage and effort. Initially was viewed by some colleges as an offensive lineman at the next level, but made it clear he wants to chase quarterbacks after racking up 9 sacks as an 11th grader. Impressive snap anticipation jolts him forward, while active hands allow him to disengage and swipe past would-be blockers. Oftentimes aware of his surroundings and is agile enough to stop and retrace. We saw that throughout the highlight reel. Also has a knack for getting his hands up in the passing lanes despite being on the smaller side. Might lack the ideal measurables, but projects as a win-at-all-cost interior defender that can push pockets. Likely to find most success in an even front, but has experience working out of a variety of different alignments. Yes, and we play an even front, 4 linemen. That's what we're doing. And he'll slide in as one of those defensive tackles for us. No doubt. Somebody that can possibly fill that Chidoze role at some point, or whatever Shane Cokes or Amari McNeil, whatever these guys are doing. So this is fantastic to see. A big time athlete committed to Boulder, not just a defensive lineman, but truly, I think, a really great athlete for the position. So that's great to see. He's also a shot putter. So that's cool if you like track and field. He's also a wrestler. You can kind of see that with how he moves as well. Let's see. Part of a winning program in terms of a championship winning program over at Mainland. Won the 3S state title. That's awesome. Racked up 70 tackles, like I said, in his junior year, working alongside 5-star Florida signee LJ McCray. So that's awesome to see. Coming from a winning program, love to see that he wants to get after quarterbacks. If he has the choice, he wants to play on the defensive side of the ball. Played left guard, you saw that, and just really impressive. Again, you can see his stats right here from his sophomore and junior season. Combined 102 total tackles, 43 tackles, 4 loss, 12 sacks, 3 pass breakups, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. Welcome to the Buffs, Christian Hudson, man. Pumped to have you here. This is a tremendous get for the Buffs, and I think our class, again, is shaping up to be very, very nice. If we can get somewhere between 15 and 20 high school commits, I think that's going to be very, very ideal. So thank you guys so much. I'll get to some of your comments here, and then I got to get it going. Now, do want to say, Rawhide and I going live at 1 p.m. Central, 12 Mountain Time. So be sure to tune into that. But Christian Hudson, man, that's what we're talking about right now. Let's go ahead and go back to his profile here. I'll take some of your comments. Oh, yeah, Torian Carter. Forgot about Torian Carter. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Dude, Deion Sanders, great coach. Yes, it's really starting to shape up, man. This is great. And yeah, all those UCF players coming to visit, man, they saw that beat down, that whooping that we put on them. Right now, we're definitely the better team in the black and gold. No doubt about it. UCF, they got to get their stuff together. Now they got to get on our level, right? Isn't that great to say? Hey, yes, we got to give Coach Prime that 10-year extension, baby. Especially if we can win out these next 5 games. I still believe it, man. He's I think he was deserving of a contract extension last year. I still feel that same way, obviously, when the results are even better this year. Lock him up forever. Yes, literally give him a piece of the entire program. Give him a piece of the entire school. Just give him 1%. Would that be great? Of the entire revenue of the school. We would keep him here forever that way, right? Or just 1% of the endowment or whatever it is. We got to make him the highest paid coach in college football so that way people can shut up. Optimistic. Good to see you. Frank, I'm also Ohio State Buckeye, but I love Deion Sanders. Man, I love that, Frank. One of my good friends, childhood friends, Garrick Hodge, writes for 11 Warriors. If you ever read their stuff, covers Ohio State. Loves it out there. Wish you guys could have knocked off Oregon a couple weeks ago or whatever. What the heck? But it is what it is. Yeah, I think I think I'm going to have somebody that's just, Mr. Penetration every single year. This year it's BJ Green. BJ always penetrating Green. We'll see who wears that hat next year. We'll see. But whenever Christian Hudson hits the field, I think he's got a great chance of being Christian, always penetrating Hudson. We're going to have to see how it goes. Hopefully we can have one of these nice defensive linemen wearing 69. That would be nice. But anyways, yeah, Christian Hudson, certified QB hunter, stone cold killer. That's what I'm talking about, man. These guys can totally play. Buffson's birth, man. What is going on? Saying I love that smile BJ Green had when he just laid out the running back at Arizona. Yes. Hopefully this guy has the same juice. Looks like it. Looks like a beast. Yes. Shades of Warren Sapp, man, with how he plays. I mean, this guy, he moves so well, I feel like, for his size. That's definitely something you can work with. A bigger guy that can move like that, that's got some quickness to his game, that can stop on a dime and change direction, and you're 280 pounds? Okay. Yeah, Torian Carter, BJ Green, the future is definitely looking bright, man. And this is just so exciting, man. I mean, now what? We had like 10 commits coming into the summer last year. We had like 8 commits, 7 commits by the end of January for signees. So we're definitely ahead of where we were at last year. You know, you just want to see that trajectory continue to rise, which is where we're at. I do think we're on good pace to have a very solid, a quality to this class. Um, right now, high school is never going to be the quantity. That's why we're last in the 12 recruiting rankings, man. All these other teams, they got like 13, 14, 15 3-stars. That's just not how Coach Prime wants to be doing things. He's got, again, what I appreciate, he's got his plan and he's sticking to it. His strategy, he's sticking to it. And it's paid dividends this year. And now we can see what it does, after this year. I assume it's going to do a good thing. Is Ryan Buell still on the team? Your guess is as good as mine, man. I don't know. I didn't notice him last game. Excuse me. So that's going to be something to keep an eye out for. But shout out to everybody that's been playing. Tafik Thomas, he was somebody that didn't really see getting much playing time. And, he's found himself kind of jumping up in the rotation a bit. It's always nice to see those guys like that come in and surprise where I get to eat my crow happily. I do feel good about the guys that we have returning with multiple years of eligibility on this defensive line. It would be nice to go get another alpha or two in the transfer portal this year. We'll see how that plays out. What happened to Chainsaw? Who's Chainsaw? Maybe you guys know. Ryan got hurt. Oh, okay. Well, I hope he's okay. Do you know what injury he has, Jeanette? But Chainsaw, was that Chidoze? Is he okay? Dude, we might be even better next year. Yes. And it all comes down, I think, to the quarterback. Are we going to still get a quarterback that's going to give us a chance to win immediately? Nags, I feel the same way. Really want to see us get up to 15 plus high school recruits this year. Think it's doable if we keep winning. Yes, absolutely. And again, even in the games, well, we only have 2 losses. The Nebraska game, it wasn't good, right? But even in the Kansas State game that we lost, that was still a good product put out on the field. And don't mistake that for me saying it's perfect or satisfactory. Some of you guys here, when I say these things, you go all crazy with it. No, but that was an entertaining product. We were right there. We took the lead at the end of the game. There's not much more you could ask for, man, to have the lead with a few minutes left when you're not playing your best against one of the best teams in the country. That's what Kansas State is right now. They're a ranked team. It would be great to see Deion become the next Saban. It's very possible with the coaches, constant recruits. Man, it's exciting. Yes. Make his own legacy here. Saban, Kirby Smart, all these guys, they never took over a program G5 bound. You know who did? Coach Prime. So let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do. Stay here for his entire life. That would be great. Would you prefer Juju or a stud transfer quarterback? I'm starting to lean towards transfer quarterback who's shown they can play. That's how I feel, especially with the year that we've had. I think that would be great because then let's say the lines are even better next year. The weapons are going to be here. Our defense, I feel like, is still going to be very good. We need a quarterback to make sure that they're extracting everything out of this offense that's available. Right now, Shador is totally doing that, no doubt about it. But with the freshmen, regardless of how talented they are, you're going to have the ups and downs. No doubt about it. Remember, Caleb Williams didn't even start his first part of his freshman year. Spencer Rattler did. And I mean, you guys remember how that goes. But for the most part, freshman quarterbacks just don't come out being amazing out the gate. Just like rookie quarterbacks in the NFL, right? You've seen what Oklahoma, if we want to stick at that school, what they've done with their redshirt freshman quarterbacks. It's just been ridiculous. I would rather not put those because we know this fan base now. We know the media, what they're going to say. Uh, if we finish, 8, 9, 10 wins, right? Everybody's going to be talking about Colorado is going to the college football playoff next year, minimum. Okay. And to put that sort of expectation on a true freshman, I just don't think is ideal. Now, maybe he's built for it. Maybe somebody like Julian Lewis is built for it. The odds just don't play out that way normally, right? Let's go get a stud transfer. I don't know who that guy's going to be, though. Maybe the guy from, you guys have brought up the quarterback from Tulane a lot, Mensa. He's a little bit younger as well, though. I'm trying to think of some other guys that might transfer. I don't know. Is there going to be somebody like Cam Ward available? Air Noland, but he hasn't played at all. So how good is he? You really don't know. I guess we'll just have to see. Oh, yeah. Chainsaw, Johnny Chaney. I think he's still on the team. I just think he hasn't gotten into the rotation yet. I think we've had Keaton Wade. He played a little bit last week. Wester. And then, of course, our two starters. Those are kind of the top four guys, Bentley and Nakai Hill Green. But, yeah, I'm curious to see Johnny Chaney as well. I think he has gotten into one of the games, hasn't he? But he got here late, didn't he? Did he get here late, or am I making that up? Hell no. Hell no. Don't put that on us. No. No. No, 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 no. 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 Another school can go do their thing with a 5'10 quarterback. Not my thing. No. No. Are you trying to trigger me right now? Are you trying to trigger me right now? No. 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 Ryan was in the huddle on the sideline on Saturday. Okay. Yeah. So maybe he's just kind of lower on the depth chart right now. Jackson Arnold, yeah, I mean, he's interesting. He's back starting, so we'll have to see. Now, this would be really funny, Hosea, because Arch Manning, he's a lifelong Texas fan. He's not going to leave UT, but it would be pretty sweet to have the Sanders family, media group combined with the Manning family media group. And then I really do think you would see Arch, if he came here, then he would be like, he'd be like Kirk Cousins celebrating with, the big chains and all that. Maybe Jimmy Horn can help him and give him like a grill so he can look, very Florida. Wouldn't that be awesome seeing Arch Manning like that? Like all iced out here in Boulder with the team? That'd be hilarious. Why would Fafita come to see you? He ain't gonna come to see you because we're not building our program behind a 5'10 quarterback. I don't care how great you are, man. It's amazing that, again, just speaks to Oregon's a machine right now, man. And Dylan Gabriel, 5'11", those things are just outliers. And I just prefer not to go for the outliers, man. I just prefer not to do that. Nah, man. 6'1", absolute minimum. You got to be able to see over the line. Sorry, especially when you don't have one of the best lines in college football. You got to be able to see over the line. You know what Dylan Gabriel has right now? Arguably the best offensive line in college football, in my opinion. So if you got the best offensive line in the country or in the conference, maybe you can get through it with a guy that can't see over the line. That's 5'11", that's 5'10", who, I mean, if you guys want to put the future of your program on somebody who's under 6 feet, fine. But it ain't going to be me, and it ain't going to be Prime here, baby. Hey, yeah, please give me a like. Highly appreciate it. Highly appreciate it. Smash that like, subscribe, all of that. Celebrate what we got going on. Ralphie Horns. Brian Howell said Cheney, Yakiri Walker, and Tyler Johnson are no longer with the team today. Okay. Well, best of luck to them wherever they go. New subscriber here. Well, thank you. Stay tuned, TV. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Do you think we'll be ranked if we beat Cincinnati? I'll put it like this. If we beat them by like 25 points or more, I think we are. If it's anything less than that, I still think we're not going to get enough votes. So I do think if we beat Cincinnati, you'll see us get a handful of votes. I just don't know. I still feel like the AP, the guys who vote on this, man, they still just want to see more, which I got no issue with, man. Continue to give this team a big chip on their shoulder, man. So I got no issues with that. It's about where you finish, right? So, yeah, but if we blow them out significantly, I could see us being ranked after this game. Yeah, Manning's plus the Sanders, most watched team of all time, no doubt about it. Yeah, put a little bit of South Florida in Arch Manning, right? Wouldn't that be funny? Him in his khaki pants. Yeah, quarterback Russell Wilson. Yeah. I don't want to go back and do the Russell Wilson experiment this time at CU with no fetus. Sorry, man. He can go play for another team somewhere else. But yeah, no 5'10" quarterbacks here. Let's get guys at least 6'1". My ideal height, 6'2" and above. If you're 6'3", 6'4", you can see over that line. You can run, all of that. But again, height, don't get this confused, guys, because I do give this bit quite a bit. Height doesn't determine the success of a quarterback, right? But it sure gives you better odds of being good, right? Still gives your offense, a little bit more flexibility, unless you're like Kyler Murray, who's got insane speed. And Russell Wilson, who could, he didn't have Kyler Murray speed, but he had pretty good speed, back in his heyday. But I want a guy who can see over the lineman, have great pocket presence, that can throw from multiple arm angles. Somebody that can stand back there, stay on schedule, and read the defense and fire in. That's what I want. Since he's not a team that CU should be ranked, that K-State game was a perfect W to get in that top 25. I agree. And right now, I guess, was Nebraska ranked when we played them? I can't remember. But Kansas State right now currently is our only ranked opponent that we've faced. So I think that's also why you haven't seen us get a lot of votes either. Maybe 2 on the year I think we've had for the top 25. We don't need their ranks. Yeah, win the rest of the games. They ain't got no choice but to put us where we belong. You're absolutely right. And hopefully where we belong is in the Big 12 championship, right? No doubt about it. Do we still have that 6'7" quarterback that came in last year? Yes. Walter Taylor. And but again, I love the potential bringing in a guy like Walter Taylor, right? It's a beautiful thing, but I still think I don't know, man. Right now, he's not even on the top 3 depth charts. And when we saw him in spring ball, he is kind of throwing some ducks like Tim Tebow. So again, height does not make a quarterback. Gives you better odds. He can run. I just don't know if he can throw the ball to the level that we need. So yeah, switch to tight end. You're absolutely right. All right, guys, I got to hop here. I got a Broncos live stream to take care of right now. And then I'm going to be on with Rawhide again here in 30 minutes. So y'all be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. This is going to be a great Friday. Tomorrow's going to be a wonderful game. I'll be here tomorrow for a pregame party as well as postgame afterwards. We'll see you then. Again, congratulations to Christian, Hudson, future Mr. Penetrations. Go Buffs.